Explosive developments in the case that all of America is watching, and unfortunately, it appears to be sad news. Tonight, stunning new forensic information just in as police investigate the disappearance of that beautiful 3-year-old Florida girl named Caylee, last seen with her mother, Casey. Little Caylee has been missing, as you probably know, for 10 long weeks. A huge bombshell tonight. As we go to broadcast, we learn air samples taken from Casey Anthony's car trunk confirm human decomposition. This bombshell now backs a frantic 911 call made by the toddler's grandmother, Cindy, saying that her daughter Casey's car smelled like a dead body, and cadaver dogs also hit on Casey Anthony's car trunk. As these shocking results surface, we learn an immunity deal is now on the table. Authorities reportedly giving Casey Anthony until next Tuesday to give up key information that would help investigators find Caylee, all in exchange for limited immunity. The clock now ticking. But will this be the big break we've been waiting for in the search for Caylee? Just hours ago, investigators meet with Casey Anthony at her lawyer's office. But tonight, still no sign of 3-year-old Caylee. And the big question remains, where is this little girl?
Shocking developments just revealed in the case of missing 3-year-old toddler Caylee Anthony. Results from the lab known as the Body Farm revealed that a body was decomposing in the trunk of Casey Anthony's car. After waiting for weeks and weeks, these are reportedly the first test results showing that a dead body was in tot mom Casey Anthony's vehicle.
There's something wrong. I found my daughter's car today, and it sounds like there's been a dead body in the damn car.
WKMG, the CNN affiliate in Orlando, also reporting that the state attorney's office has offered Casey some form of limited immunity. The state attorney's office not confirming that the immunity deal was offered, but saying that Anthony was invited to their office to shed light on the disappearance of Caylee.
Good evening. I'm Jane Velez-Mitchell in for Nancy Grace. Tonight, bombshell after bombshell emerging in the search for 3-year-old Florida girl Caylee Anthony, and now shocking and really disturbing forensic results.
Breaking news released moments ago regarding the disappearance of 3-year-old Florida toddler Caylee Anthony. Some of the lab test results on Casey Anthony's vehicle are back, and it's not good news for 22-year-old tot mom. The station claims that the University of Tennessee Body Farm Laboratory discovered evidence that a body was decomposing in the trunk of Casey Anthony's car.
My daughter was missing for a month. I just found her today, but I can't find my granddaughter. She just admitted to me that she's been trying to find her herself. There's something wrong. I found my daughter's car today, and it sounds like there's been a dead body in the damn car.
The Anthony family, meanwhile, has maintained that the smell in the car was due to rotting pizza and cleaning fluid left in the hot car.
There was a bag of pizza for, 12 days in the back of the car full of maggots. It stunk so bad. You know how hot it's been. That smell was terrible.
The smell alone is a good indication that it was not some type of pizza or food material, but this evidence certainly adds very good credibility to the fact that this is most consistent with human remains.
I'm Jane Velez-Mitchell in for Nancy Grace with breaking news. The stunning developments are also quite heart-wrenching. Air samples from the trunk of Casey's car reportedly reveal human decomposition. For the very latest on this huge development, let's go straight out to Jessica D'Onofrio, a reporter for CNN affiliate WKMG. Jessica, what is the very latest on these air sample results?
Well, sources close to the investigation told me today that, of course, if you've been reporting, the results are back from the University of Tennessee's Body Farm. That is a place where they're known to be experts on this kind of stuff. They have bodies scattered in different positions across a field in various stages of decomposition, and they've come back with their results, their preliminary results about these air samples that the Orange County Sheriff's Office sent to them weeks ago. They took from Casey Anthony's trunk. Those air samples are returned, and from what we understand right now, as you've been reporting, and as we've been reporting all afternoon and evening, that there was an indication that there was a decomposing body in the trunk of our car.
It's another way of saying a dead body in the trunk of the car. Mark Williams, news director, WNDB News Talk 1150. You have been covering this case from the very start. This is obviously sad, heart-wrenching news. The whole country has been rooting for this gorgeous little girl to be found alive, and the obvious implication, but I think we need to state it, is that it's much more likely now that this little girl, Caylee, is not alive.
Well, one of the developments this afternoon, Jane, was the fact that investigators, Sergeant John Allen with the Orange County Sheriff's Office, showed up at the attorney's office, Jose Baez's office in Kissimmee this afternoon. He was followed by 3 of his colleagues. There they met with Cindy Anthony, Casey's mother, for a while. Casey showed up for just a short period of time. She left just before 3 o'clock Eastern. The investigators then left around 5 o'clock Eastern. And what this leads to, Jane, who knows? I mean, they're waiting. They have these preliminary results back right now. They got them about 3 o'clock this afternoon. But now I think they're waiting for the DNA test to come in from the FBI and the FDLE to really confirm what the body farm has told them in their preliminary testing. And from that point on, your imagination can only run wild. Could there be a murder indictment? Was this an accident? Could there be some leniency in this case? Jane, who knows?
Jessica D'Onofrio, reporter, CNN affiliate WKMG. When we say the results are in showing human decomposition, i.e. a dead body, there is no identity attached to that human decomposition, is there?
That's correct, Jane, because we are still waiting for those DNA results. Those were sent off to the FBI. Those are going to be from hair samples that were taken out of the trunk of Casey Anthony's car. So we're still waiting back to hear about who those could be linked to. A lot of people are worried, of course, that that could be the 3-year-old girl. Of course, a lot of people are hoping that's not the case. But we're not sure right now if those results have been returned and the sheriff's office is just holding them, or if they haven't been returned yet, and we have yet to hear about what their results are.
Well, let's go to the experts now. We have board-certified forensic pathologist Dr. Michael Arnall with us. Dr. Arnall, until this case, actually, I'd never heard of air samples being tested for human decomposition. Is this a new technology, and is it a reliable technology?
It's a new technology. The scientists at the University of Tennessee have published the results in scientific journals, and they've collected the air over decomposing bodies, and they've characterized the compounds that one finds in that air. They've taken that air and they've put it through a relatively well-established technology, that's gas chromatography, but the new technology that they've brought to bear is they've characterized the specific compounds that are found next to a decomposing dead human body.
Wow. And as we explore this, we have to dovetail it with another major development. Mark Williams, news director of WNDB, this offer of limited immunity to Casey in exchange for what? Tell us all about that, because these are connected.
Well, yeah, and apparently she visited the state attorney's office, the office of Lawson Lamar here in Orlando, and there's a couple of different things. They're not confirming anything, of course, but there's a couple of different stories out there right now. One of them is she has until close of business tomorrow afternoon to say it was an accident and they'd go on their merry way. Of course, you're saying that she has until next week, and the state attorney's office still not confirming nor denying the report that she could be offered immunity. And of course, a lot of people have said this may be just a horrible accident, and that's why they're offering the immunity.
All right, let's bring in the lawyers. Boy, do we need them tonight. Doug Burns and Renee Rockwell. Doug, let's start with you. Let's talk about these air samples. Do you think they will end up being admissible in court, or will they be more like a polygraph where it may indicate something, but it's not reliable enough to be admissible in court?
You know, that's a good point. I think it's going to boil down to the use of experts. In other words, Jane, they'll prepare an expert report. They'll give it to the other side. The other side will have an opportunity to have their own expert look at it and analyze it. It's hard to say definitively. It'll be up to the judge. I mean, if it's a brand new technology, maybe not. But I think it probably would be admissible.
Well, Renee Rockwell, we've all covered these major cases where the big high-powered defense teams argue garbage in, garbage out. Imagine trying to establish a chain of custody for a jar of air. I mean, how could you prove that this air came from that particular a trunk.
You know, to some jurors, it might sound a little bit like hocus pocus, and especially since it's brand new, I wouldn't go on that alone. First, you have to find out that somebody died, then you have to find out who did it. So, Jane, we're a little bit far afield at this point.